It's time for Joe to go. That's the truth in tonight's preamble. A pair of suicide bombs went off near Hamid Karzai Airport today in Afghanistan. The blast ripped through buildings and bodies, injuring 143 people and killing others. At least 60 Afghans were killed, 11 U.S. Marines and 1 Navy medic died. They paid the ultimate price due to the stupidity of the mental morons who run the American government, Socialist Democrats. And now, in the coming hours and days, 12 U.S. families will get the devastating news. They will mourn. They'll cry for hours on end. They will feel unfathomable loss. Loss of children, siblings, and parents. The families will wait for the remains of their cherished loved ones to return home. Services will be held, and shortly thereafter, the outrage will begin to set in, as those families realize that the death of their family members should never have happened. They will ask the question we've all been asking: how did we get here? How has America descended into a lawless wasteland on our nation's borders, in our nation's left-wing cities, and in the nation's capital? How do we accept an incompetent administration that has lost control of a pandemic? How can we look at ourselves in the mirror knowing that the occupier of the Oval Office has placed the safety of our people stranded in Afghanistan in the hands of terrorists? Today, tragically, some of the best people among us, those who volunteered to serve in uniform, were needlessly killed despite Joe Biden and his worthless administration's spin. Most clear-headed Americans know it should have been, never have been. It didn't need to be this way. We know that to our core. During the socialist primary race, one Democrat recalled how Barack Hussein Obama ridiculed Biden's abilities, saying, quote, "Don't underestimate Joe's ability to F things up." And in 7 months' time, the astonishing speed at which Biden has laid our nation low is breathtaking, even for a seasoned political observer like me and others. I mentioned at the top that I was angry. Oh, and I'm angry. I'm also afraid, because I know that those Marines and Navy personnel won't be the last to die because of Joe Biden's incompetence, his callousness, and cruelty. Biden is set to leave thousands of Americans behind in Afghanistan. Their fates are likely to be as bloody and bleak as our brave military forces who were killed today. Joe Biden was asked about those civilians that he's poised to abandon by a reporter yesterday. This is how the buffoon responded.
Thank you all very much, and thank the press for being here. We're going to go private now.
Mr. President, if Americans are still in Afghanistan after the deadline, what will you do?
Thank you, guys. Let's go. Thank you.
Sir, what will you do if Americans are still there after the deadline?
Yeah, they cut off his mic. He said, yeah, you'll be the first to know. He cracked a joke, then gave his trademark slimy elitist smile. How dare that pesky reporter ask me a question about my latest failure when I'm busy up here trying to change the subject to cybersecurity. After it was reported that Biden's administration, their stupid withdrawal plan, had led to the first U.S. military casualties in Afghanistan in over a year and a half, one of the Chris Salcedo Show team members said, quote, "This administration can't get away with this," end quote. It's my sad duty to tell all of you tonight that he will get away with this. Because there's one thing worse than socialist communists taking over the left-wing party here in the United States. There's only one thing worse than the party that set up a withdrawal that resulted in the deaths of our military personnel. There's only one thing worse than the party that created the largest hostage situation in American history in Afghanistan. There's only one thing worse than the Socialist Democrats who created the worst foreign policy defeat for the United States in the modern era. There's only one thing worse than the Biden administration that left high-tech weapon systems and aircraft to be reverse engineered and used to kill Americans in the future. There's only one thing worse than left-wing extremists who violate U.S. law by allowing rampant, uncontrolled illegal immigration through the southern border. There's only one thing worse than the Biden administration that brings in thousands of China virus-infected illegal aliens, then redistributes them all over our country, losing control of the pandemic. There's only one thing worse than the Socialist Party that has inspired massive inflation that harms minorities and the working poor alike. What's worse than the socialists who are doing so much harm to these United States? That would be the Republican Party that won't lift a finger to defend us. What are Americans to do when the GOP doesn't want to save America more than the socialists want to destroy America? In my view, it's time for us to ditch the failed two-party system that has only brought this country misery, pain, and death. It's time to restore a group of politicians into all levels of government who don't look at the Constitution as a suggestion or something to be skirted around. What say you, President Trump?
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.